And so a very warm welcome to all of you. Mike Cavalli here, and once again a very warm thank you for the New You Network, and for all those that will be joining us a little later from the New You TV Network. This is Mike Cavalli, Medium Mike Cavalli, and I'm here today to talk to you about a few things, namely something that was channeled during the week through me, and this is to do with signs and symbols, and that signs and symbols rule our world, and what we can do about all of this to protect ourselves. So before we get on to that, I want to invite anyone, if they've had an NDE, a near-death experience, or an out-of-the-body experience, to make a comment, tell us about their experience. If you've know somebody who's had deathbed visions, DBVs, for example, for those of you who are not familiar with DBVs, this is if you're at the bedside of a loved one who's about to make the transition. You often find that they suddenly become lucid and they start talking to relatives that have passed before. They can see them, you can't. So if you know of this experience, this would be a good thing also to make a comment about, because it does offer closure, as I've mentioned before. It does help people who are experiencing this difficult period right now. So just call in or text in, and we'll see what we can do with those texts, see if I can read them out, see if my comment box will work this week. And so that's what's basically the show is about today. I invite people to also exchange comments about the subject that we're doing today. You know, it doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. Just make the comments and be nice, be polite. We're not a dollar bill. We can't be liked by everyone. So it's good to have interaction because it keeps the energy going. It raises vibrations if it's done correctly. If we are on that high level of vibration where we agree on things, or we agree to disagree, that's also okay. It's how we disagree. But if we keep the vibration high, we create a ripple effect throughout the community. More and more people, I want to say, are beginning to see signs these days. This is because the veil that separates the two worlds has been lifted. We don't know really 100% why it's been lifted. It's a bit of a chicken and the egg thing. Has it been raised, the veil been raised because our consciousness is raised, or has our consciousness raised before because the veil has been lifted? Well, one thing we do know is this, that the Prime Directive has also been lifted to a certain degree. Now, many of you will have heard the Prime Directive on one of the TV shows. It is in fact something that does happen. The Prime Directive is that certainly our galactic brothers cannot interfere on the Earth plane with the evolution of mankind and the evolution of the planet, to the extent that it will alter the course of the planet and the inhabitants and their evolution. However, if the course of the lifestyle that in this case the humans who appear to be ruling the world take is destructive, in the sense that it can destroy the world, then the galactic police force, for want of a better phrase, is not going to allow this to happen. And we do know that many nuclear tests and nuclear bombs have been stopped from going off in order to prevent catastrophe of unrecognizable amounts. Also, it a lot to do with meditation. You may have heard me have a friend, a colleague of mine on the show, Jeremy Old, about this meditative process that is quite long actually, and quite deep, but when a certain amount of people large amounts. It's normally 1% of the square root of the given population. Focus in meditation on a single benevolent outcome. It must happen. So there's a lot of this going on also. Our vibration has been raised because people are no longer living in fear. We went through a stage some months ago because of this global situation where people were living in fear, and it caused chaos. Many people decided that they needed an unearthly solution to this earthly problem and went into meditation, and as a consequence, many people now, although they have particularly stopped meditating, they're not living in fear, they're just living their lives. So this too has also raised the vibration and most likely has helped even more why this veil has been lifted. The signs and symbols that you're going to hear at the end of the show from when I channeled is to do with the positive and the negative, the light side and the dark side. Remember, there is a balance on this earth plane, light and dark. This is a natural phenomenon. We have left and right, we have boy and girl, we have day and night, sun and moon, and so on and so on. And light and dark is just part of our way of life here on this planet. Although the dark seems to have been pushing forward, a little bit to try and gain control, but it cannot gain control because as it pushes forward, more people meditate and focus on the light and the love, and begin to smother the darkness. The darkness pushes forward a little bit more, and so does the light. So there's this cat and mouse game that goes on. And I want to say also, thinking, and this has just come through, is that the light, first of all, cannot, or will not rather, will not just smother the darkness and put it out. It doesn't want to do that. We have our own course that we have to take. It can only assist helping us in the course we want to take, and I think it was channeled about a couple of weeks ago that a very fine job apparently we're doing on all of this, although sometimes it may not think so. So after before we do this bit of channeling, I've got a little segment that I was asked to do during the week on the power of words, because the world is ruled by symbols and words, and it's important if you just get a little idea how you use the words can have an impact on your life. So we're going to be having a look at that. I'm going to be taking I'll have a look, see who's coming through from the spirit world. I know there's two people there, and so if you want to connect with someone from the spirit world, maybe we can do this tonight. Just leave a text. If I can see your text, then I'll certainly do that for you. So okay, so look, this is what the show's all about today, but I'll tell you what I think we should do before we go any further is go over to this little notice that we got here, and I'd like to thank Marla Goldberg for helping us pay the bills.
Hi, I'm Marla Goldberg, energy healer, intuitive, co-producer of the Global Consciousness Summit and the Global Conscious Development Circle, a platform for motivation, inspiration, and education. I am also the founder and host of Guided Spirit Conversations podcast and best-selling author of My Effing Long Journey to Loving Myself, A Guide to a Shorter Path, and My Sacred Journal, which I wrote to support my effing long journey. My Effing Long Journey to Loving Myself, A Guide to a Shorter Path is part memoir, part self-help. The first part of the book is the story of my life and all its dysfunction and challenges, and how I turned that life around after I started down my spiritual path. The second part of the book offers 14 of the most powerful tips, tools, and techniques that I used and I continue to use to help me process and release life's challenges, which we all have. My Sacred Journal is a support tool for my effing long journey to loving myself. I've added inspirational and motivational quotes to help support your journey. For more information about me, my services, or my products, please check me out at my website at www.marlagh.com. marlagoldberg.com. And if you'd like to email me, my email address is marla@mghealer.com. You can find my podcast on voiceamerica.com, the Empowerment Channel, or you can watch it on my YouTube channel of the same name, Guided Spirit Conversations. Thank you for listening, and I send you love, blessings, and gratitude.
So there we are. Now, okay, let's look at some symbols. Let's look at some signs. Well, lately, many of you will have realized that these symbols are coming in forms of numbers. Very, very frequently coming in forms of numbers. So let's just take a look at the first set of numbers that comes up more often than not. And this is 1111. It is, as actually been said a while back, an activation code. This is where the higher realms are actually restructuring DNA, for want of a better phrase, reprogramming. We can call it these things if you like. We need this because this new world that we are going to be entering is going to require this new golden age that we look like we're heading, I should say, rather than we're in, but we're heading towards. We're going to need some certain alterations of our DNA. And so this is what we're seeing, 11111. It is also clearly, if you're receiving this, then you are a sensitive. This has to be clear. Then most likely you're connecting with the higher realms anyway, and now this is just something that's actually just going to confirm it a little bit more for you. There's nothing for you to do, nothing for you to worry about. You just might start feeling a little bit odd occasionally, but that's okay, that will pass. So that's just 11111. That's just one of the many we're going to see here. 333 is an angel number. Again, it comes from the higher realms. And it usually indicates that whatever you've been thinking and whatever you've been trying to manifest over the recent period, it could be 2 years you've been having this idea and that you want it to come through. Well, when you start seeing 333, you can pretty much rest assured that it is going to come through. It is normally to do with spiritual stuff, with soul's work, the reason you came to the earth plane. It's not exclusive. It could be your career move that you're happening, but most likely it is to do on a spiritual level. So this is 333. This thing here talks about the Trinity, the Father, Son and the Holy Spirit. And of course, threes are very important in Masonry, and this is why they use 33 quite a lot. But also I've been informed a lot of people waking up at 333 or 222 or 111, something like this. This can also be your loved ones trying to connect with you and let you know that they're around. Okay, so Penny there says, we get this all the time. Thank you, Penny. That's a nice bit of confirmation. So it could be loved ones. It could be the ascended masters. You have to judge this yourself. When we're working with the spirit world, the rules are not the same as what they are here on the earth plane. So we need to feel, we need to really know thyself, actually, to know what the hell is going on with us. But just know, if you do see this, then you know that this is going to be something really special for you. Thank you, Tina Harrison, for your comment also. Let's move on to the last one that I have here, and this is 2020, because as you know, it's been a bit of a peculiar year, 2020, and this number now is beginning to crop up more and more in the world here, and it is to do with dreams, it's to do with reality, but this is going to be to do with a new reality, a new dream. In other words, a new world that's beginning to unfold. It asks you here to not focus your attention so much on the immediacy on what's happening right now. It asks you to see the bigger picture. And if you're somebody who is seeing this number 2020, most likely, pretty much 100%, you have come here for a reason, to take this world along with the others into this new golden age that we are stepping into. So if you see 2020, your work is just beginning, because your vision that you took from the other side before you came here is soon going to become clear in your mind of what your purpose is to do. And thank you. And I've just got this information that many of you may start meeting like-minded people as well. This is important, because the tribe that you create will create a bigger ripple effect. So if you are feeling that there is more to these numbers than just connecting with your loved ones that are on the other side, then you need to find yourself your own tribe. You need to find yourself your own group of people that you can work with. And then this work becomes so much more powerful. If it hasn't come to your attention just yet, don't worry, it will do. But 2020 is definitely for those who have come from the other side, specifically to come to the earth plane to do this work right now. So that's pretty exciting stuff, especially if it's happening to you. And I just want to reassure people right now that the world, although it seems chaos from the information that I'm given, it is like a rebirthing that's going on. And we do need everybody that is of the spiritual nature. And I do use this word spiritual very, very cautiously, because demons are spiritual also. But those who really feel that they want to help and be part of the change, now's the time to step up and do this and work with people. There's many meditation groups online now. Be part of it. I can't emphasize enough the power of the single thought focused on a benevolent single outcome. So, okay, before we do any more, I just want to, now, this was a little vlog that I made during the week for somebody, and it's to do with the power of words, because you will hear in this channel that I'm going to read out that the world is made of symbols and words, and you need to know the energy and frequency behind the symbols and the words. So let's just look at that, and well, maybe give a comment. But let's see. I didn't edit any of this, to be quite honest. I just left it as it was for the people where it were. So here goes. Well, welcome everybody. This is Mike Cavalli, and thank you for joining me in this short video blog on the hidden power of words. If this is the first time you've joined me, then I'll be doing a series of these little mini video blogs or video logs to help you understand that words have power, and the words that we choose do reflect on the outcome of whatever is happening in our life. And you may be doing the manifestation process correctly, and it may still not be happening for you. You may be focusing your attention on whatever it is you want as seen. It's already done, already happened, and you've synchronized the heart and mind. You can feel it, but it still doesn't come. One of the reasons for this is that other avenues of your life are not synchronized with the outcome. The words that you are saying is not synchronized with the outcome. In other words, you are not vibrating at the outcome that's desired. We had a look last week at I can't breathe, no justice, no peace. And when we say no justice, no peace, we are actually manifesting more of no justice, more of no peace. So please look at that video blog if you want to see the solution, how we can get round that and have the same outcome as what we really are looking for in our heart and mind. Well, on today's video log, this little gem come up. If it's not yours, don't take it. If it's not true, don't say it. If it's not right, don't do it. We all know the sentiment here. We all know what we're trying to achieve. But here we are once again in a resistance to what it is we're trying to achieve. You see, in our life in society, particularly in the Western world, we've been brought up with this idea of no and don't. No playing balls on the beach, no football on the grass, keep off the grass, no swimming today, don't do this, no smoking, don't do that. Everything is no, no, no. It keeps us in a low vibration. So we need to change it, and by changing it, it will help us in every other aspects of our life. So there is no opposite to not. If it's not yours, don't take it. There is no opposite to this. So all we have to do in this case is simply remove the negatives. And instead of what you see here, what we have now is, if it's yours, take it. If it's true, say it. If it's right, do it. This has a much better feeling, a much better vibration, and will put you more in synchronization with the desired outcome, as you will not be in resistance to what it is you actually want, which is to take it if it's yours, to say it if it's true, and to do it if it's right. Of course, there are other ways that we can say this, and one of them is by saying, if it belongs to someone else, leave it. If truth omits you, be silent. And if it's inaccurate or unsound or erroneous, whatever the situation is, then refrain. You see, that has a much more positive tone to it and keeps you more in the frame of mind, the energy and the vibration of which place you want to be, to help you manifest, to help you find yourself in a better place in life. So there we are. I hope over this period. So yes, there we are indeed. So, you know, this is important also because if you are embarking on a career as a medium, or you're interested in spirit communication, then you have to keep the highest vibration possible. And this is why when we do readings for people, we really don't like them saying no, no, no. And it's not because that we get offended or we don't believe them, but the no vibration is not very good to help the connection with the spirit world. Far better to say, I'll hang on to that, I'll hang on to that. But the no, no, no is a very, very low vibration, and that's the only reason why any genuine medium will prefer that you say, I'll hang on to that, than no, no, no. It's nothing to do with his pride or his ego. Okay, look, before I get on and do this channeling, I've had two people here with me in the spirit world, a lady and a man. This lady in the spirit world she looks to be around about the age of 50. I think she looks younger than she actually is, and she's got very short, not very short hair. She's got hair that stands up about here, comes round here, and it's really quite curly. And it's about shoulder length, she's showing me, and she wears glasses, and they're round glasses, and she's got this lovely smile on her face all the time. She gives me the impression that she might have been an educator of some sort, or she might have been something to do in healing capacity. Either way, there was a process in her work where she used to teach people. So it could well be that she used to help people passing over in a hospice situation. But there was a real genuine love from this lady here who's with me. As I say, she didn't make old bones. And I feel her passing was very quick, because I feel absolutely nothing wrong with me here. Normally I'll get aches and pains or heart condition or arthritis. It just seems like she died suddenly. And yeah, I think she's okay with that. I'm trying to get a name for you here. She's a little bit reluctant to give me the name here, but let's see what comes through in the meantime. Okay, this lady also liked to do some very simple things. She wasn't somebody that liked to go out and wine and dine and dance or anything like this. She was more happy staying at home, and I feel that she was spent many years alone because I don't think she was actually got married, to be honest, or had a partner, and so many years of her life was spent alone, and she was quite content with that. And the house or the place or the apartment that they show me is very quiet indeed, and it's a very simple type of place. She had all the mod cons, but she wouldn't change let's say the television for the sake of changing the television. It seems that there's a lot of stuff there that was quite old and worked very well because she looked after stuff. I also get the name coming in that sounds like with an L, with a Lynn, something like this. This may not be her name, but this is something that she gives me. It could be for somebody called Lynn. Okay, and she gives me, oh, she gave, well, that's gone now. If I could have that again. Okay, it is her anniversary in and around this period of July, and so that's what she presents to me. So if this is for anybody, please just put a comment in the box if you're watching now, or if you catch it in replay, then just put a comment under the replay version of this. There is a guy that steps in as well before we go any further, and this guy has a very heavy laugh. He has a very haughty laugh. You would know he's in the room because of his laughter, and he was a sweet soul, a very loving man. This is a father figure that I do have with me here, and I find myself putting my hand on my heart area there, and therefore I feel that he passed with a heart condition. Let's see what else he wants to say here. Well, he's suddenly gone silent, but I feel he was also somebody that didn't speak just for the sake of speaking. He would have been somebody that only spoke when there was something important to say. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, so he passed in his 70s, round about the mid-70s. He gives me the month of either late August or early September as well. And I'm getting something wrong with my throat and my stomach with this person. I'm not saying that's how he passed, but I can feel the strain in my voice and that my stomach is beginning to knot up. I also feel that I'm being shown that this man fell over, and I think he fell over outside, and so he shows me lying down on the road outside. So again, maybe this is, no, okay, it's not. So this was just an accident. This is a memory link that he wants to bring to whoever it is here, to show that he's actually made it to the other side. Okay, and I do now get a stabbing pain in the back here. So there was something there. It's sort of around the liver and the kidney area. It really is a sharp little ping that I'm getting there. So that's the two people that I have for you. I don't think there's anyone else that's stepping through right now. No, I'll ask this person to step back, but he does laugh. He does smile quite a lot. And let's see. Okay, well, I believe his partner is on the other side with him, partner, wife as well, and he has left children here on. I say children, they're adults, but he has left children on the other side. There is, okay. Okay, all right. He just wants to bring to the attention before he goes that there was a dispute of some argument. Okay, he's just changed my mind and said argument. There was an argument in the days before he passed, and that seems to be playing on your mind a little bit. in typical of this man, he'd say, don't worry about it. It's done, forgotten. It's not an issue. It's not a problem anymore. So whoever this is for, please don't worry about that little dispute or indiscretion, whatever it is. It's not an issue to this person. He's over the other side. He's there. He's happy. He's in the light. Trying to get a name from this person. The name Paul come flying in again. It might be for a Paul. It could be Paul himself here over the side, but Paul is certainly significant with this person. So those are the two people that come through today. So look, I'd like to read this bit of information now on signs and symbols that I channeled this week. And you know, it's a very strange feeling, this one. It's the same person that I saw last time or heard of last time. I'm getting closer to knowing this person's name. And as soon as I do, I will let you know. Certainly this is a very, very old soul. So here we go. I'm going to read this, and I can feel this person coming through quite strong also again right now. So let me see what we got here. This is signs and symbols, and it says, greetings everyone. Once again, I thank you for allowing this message to be broadcast to whoever chooses to listen. I mention the word chooses because each and every one of you has choices that you can make. You can choose, for example, to listen or watch the news items and choose to accept the reality of what is being broadcast. On the other hand, some of you, and quite rightly, choose to question everything that you read and hear. The point I wish to make to you all is no matter what the information that is being broadcast, each word will have its own energy and vibration. Each word will either be felt with its natural frequency, or the words that are being spoken or misaligned to the natural frequency. In other words, with false or malintent. So it is not only words that you must pay attention to along with their flow or their current, but since everything else has energy, then you must pay attention to other aspects of your life, such as symbols and signs. You will see these symbols and signs throughout your commerce and everyday life. They give an impression, and you take face value and associate the logo of the company with the product, or as you would say, the brand that they are selling. The problem for you is that you do not know the intention programmed into the symbols. Quite often they have dark and occult intention, and unbeknown to you, you have accepted the brand. You have accepted because you have simply allowed it. So what does this all mean to you? Well, be very clear. You have absorbed the energy. Christians do this all the time when they wear the symbol of Christ's crucifixion. Not only are they absorbing the energy of the crucifixion, they are absorbing the energy of the material it comes from and the person who created it, if it should be made with manual labour. How many times have you sat and driven in somebody else's automobile and find that your behaviour is exactly that of the person who owns the automobile? You are absorbing their energy. This also applies when you shake hands, hug, kiss and have sex. And I might say that it is extremely difficult to remove someone's energy after sex, especially for women. It is not impossible, as some have suggested, but a lot of intention is required. And so having sex with someone you do not know can be a dangerous thing, not just for sexual health reasons. We also absorb energy from currency exchange. Also consider the produce that you purchase for nutrition, who collected your lettuce from the field, who touched it, what is their personality. All of these persons' character will be absorbed into the lettuce, and to wash the lettuce does not sufficiently clean the energy, but only the produce is cleaned from dirt. Likewise with old consumer goods, the older the product, the more mixed energy that resides in the product and must energetically be cleaned, as you may bring along the residual energy of and or the spirit of many previous owners, particularly personal items such as watches, glasses and rings. Furniture also carries a lot of pre-owned energy, which some people have experienced not to their liking when purchasing the furniture and bringing it home. In these situations, naturally prayer and a smudging ceremony would be appropriate. Ceremonies are a very strong force in ridding unwanted energy and much more powerful than simply smudging. Why? Because when you embark on a ceremony in truth and light, it has the energy of hundreds of thousands of years of truth and light. We suggest you create your own ceremony using your own mantra that you have created in truth and light, unless of course you are confident that you have selected a ceremony that you can bear witness to its authenticity. Then this though through the transcendence of time would have much more cleansing capabilities. It is not something that can be cleansed by the simple act of washing. So as you can see, from the moment you wake up, you're absorbing others' energy from the company logos and their intentions to whom you speak with and touch every moment of the day. And since the earth plane is ruled by words, signs and symbols, it is therefore important to protect yourself from these intentions, for you don't know they are spoken or presented with love or with a hidden cult meaning. You see, it's very important that you utilize the power of prayer. Prayer is a great cleanser and a great programmer. Of course, you must believe in the prayer, otherwise its value is less than certain and will have minimum power. But because of your intention alone, the asking in prayer will be heard and answered. And so what is prayer? Prayer is whatever you wish it to be. Of course, there are many prayers that have thousands of years of loving program put into them, and so you do not have the desire to know if the mantra you're singing or prayer you're reciting is of love, then we suggest you use the pendulum to dowse. Perhaps dowsing is for another subject, as when correctly is an incredibly powerful tool. It is also a very voluminous in understanding the techniques to apply the best results. Now, there are some cultures that do indeed either wear gloves when they exchange greetings. This is a false conception. The energy from the other person will not stop at the glove. They will absorb it into their body regardless of the perceived protection. Other cultures do not make use of hands to exchange greetings, but rather bow in reverence to each other. Of course, the person opposite you could still bow and in his head or her mind have thoughts that are not equal to the action. So you must learn some simple habits to protect yourself at all times so that you can enjoy the favourite brands, exchange greetings with physical connection, and allow only goodness from nutrition to enter you and not allow other human energy to connect with you. Of course, we're not asking for the end of intimacy. Far from it. We are suggesting is to pay attention who you are intimate with, pay attention to whom you exchange your physical energy and body with. We have found that the simplest and very beneficial way to protect yourself is to say a short word or phrase before the exchange and energy, be it words, money or a tangible object. Before making a physical connection with anyone, you could say to yourself a mantra such as, I allow only goodness, truth, love and light to pass through me. That's it. You've protected yourself. When you go buy a coffee, I allow only goodness, truth, love and light to pass through me. Do this before you open the door to the premises. The process may seem laborious, but soon will become habit and you will not notice that you are saying it. Like getting out of bed, you will do it instinctively and without effort. You will find small mantra will be the same. It will be effortless. Gratitude is a very powerful energy and a cleanser. So when you express gratitude, which is the difference from thank you, its younger evolved cousin, not only do you cleanse, but you add the love energy to whatever you're doing. The love energy is the highest form of protection and producer of health, so that when you drink a liquid, simply saying thank you to it will place the liquid at an energetic level of more goodness. Now, if someone poisons your cup, a small mantra and a gratitude statement will not be sufficient to prevent the toxicity from harming you. Certainly not in the early stages of this practice. However, like everything else with practice and focus, in other words, intention, you will be able to build up the frequency so that if another person were to poison your drink or perhaps put a drug into the chalice, then the possibility of bodily harm would not even come into question. Many people that you refer to as shamans understand this practice and are experts in protecting themselves from this harm. So you can see on the planet there is a total imbalance. It is true that the imbalance is being readdressed once again. The planet is ruled by symbol signs and the energy emerging from words. No, I am not remiss in mentioning the role of numbers have on the planet. Suffice to say, this balance is also being restored by the angels, as more and more of those have become sensitive and are receiving signs and numbers. And so we end where we started, and that is it all boils down to choices. Choose wisely. We will play our part, but what and how you choose may affect others. If you are conscious, it will be for the good of mankind. Then natural law states you will receive more goodness as is it brought to you in many forms. If you are stuck in the old dying world, then in terms of karma, it may not work out so good for you. So it is neither reward for doing good or punishment for bad. It's simply universal law. As you sow, you shall reap. Simply be conscious of doing your best. That is a good place to begin. So there we are. Wow, that was quite profound. Okay, before I go on there, so this is Penny, Mike. That could be Mrs. Lynn, Spirit Lady. Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. I hope you could understand that. I hope you could resonate with that. She was very clear. I've got to tell you, I was in meditation and bang, she sort of just stepped in with this gorgeous girlish smile that she had, and yes, she sort of just popped in, just like that. So look, it's a bit of a short show tonight, and we're just about done, just about going to wrap it up. I look forward to comments in next week's show. Please, everybody, put some comments in. Let's get some debate going. Express your views. When we do this, we really do raise our vibration. We help ourselves connecting with the spirit world, especially in this environment, because it is a circle, that's for sure. And we can all develop. Many people who don't realise that they connect with the spirit world actually find when they're in a circle like this, things become a little bit clearer, and it's a great comfort. I just want to leave by saying the work that we do is not exclusive. Everybody has this gift. Thank you, Penny, for your comments. I'm going to plonk that up there for you. So there we are. Very much appreciated. I just wanted to say everybody can do this work. It is innate in us. But, it's like everything else. We can all play the piano, but we might not all be concert pianists. But we can all play the piano to a certain degree. So listen, thank you, everyone. Thank you for the callers that popped in and mentioned a few things. That was a great help. It keeps the energy going. When we see this happening, it does increase the flow of the energy. So look, have a great week, everybody. This week is another important week. I'm asked to let you all know. I'm asked to tell you all that go forward in your life, living in the now, living in this very moment. It will keep any anxieties that you have at bay. And if you focus your attention on the now, then you start to put fear back where it belongs. If you're having lucid dreams, my advice is the moment you wake up, just take a note of, even if it's just 1 or 2 seconds of that dream, and you will be able to remember it. Oh, look, there's Jutta. Hello, Jutta. Thank you for listening in. So I'm going to leave it all there. I'm going to go and have something to eat now. And I look forward to your company all next week. In the meantime, this is me, Mike Cavalli, saying bye-bye for now and have a great Sunday.